Let's dive into some candy corn. Those yellow, orange, and white triangles with a chewy texture that taste like, well, they taste like candy corn. There's a real technique to eating them, either top down or bottom up. But wait until you discover the secret ingredient that makes them fluffy. North of Chicago at the Golitz Confectionery Company, they've got the lowdown on candy corn.
A man named George Roninger invented candy corn in the late 1800s.
Bill Kelly is a fourth-generation candy guy and the president of Golitz. He knows more than a few candy corn secrets.
We think it was the shape of a piece of corn because basically the population was an agrarian society. They were farmers, and they wanted things that they could recognize.
Tom Wolf is VP and general manager of Golitz, another candy guy. He's up on history.
Our company began making candy corn in 1898.
Of course, back then, they didn't have machines like these. This is where Golitz candy corn starts, as a wet mixture called slurry.
The secret to making good candy corn is good mouth feel, good texture.
Add a little color and vanilla flavor, then a special ingredient to help with mouth feel.
If you have a smooth, small crystals fondant, you produce a smooth mellow cream.
And what could be smoother than marshmallow? It's the secret to the texture of each piece of corn. Next, that distinctive triangular shape.
I think people would be surprised to learn that candy corn is not stamped out like nickels and dimes at the mint. It is deposited into dry starch in a wooden tray.
Wooden trays filled with cornstarch are imprinted with rows of candy corn-shaped indents. Like an ice cube mold, each triangle is then filled with colored sugar.
First the little white tip, then the orange center, and then the yellow follows up on the end. And so it's stacked one on top of the other.
Bill says the trick is to keep the liquid thick enough so the colors don't run together. Candy guys say viscous instead of thick.
It's less viscous than icing, but it's viscous enough that it settles quite quickly, so the layers go right on top of one another.
Each tray holds more than 1,300 corn pieces. Tom says they produce 25 boards a minute. That's a lot of candy corn. Polishing in these steel containers called pans is the final step. The secret? Edible wax and glaze.
A piece of candy corn will take approximately 4 to 5 days to cover all the production steps.
But does it really look like corn?
It's amazing if you look at a kernel off a cob, the colors are all there. They're a little more subtle on a real piece of corn, but they are there.
And once it's bagged, more than 20 million pounds of candy corn from Golitz and other candy makers will be sold at Halloween. Any last words of advice, Bill?
Just eat lots of it.